Ben, first start of the season for you the other night against MacArthur after coming off the bench in every other game. How'd you come through and how happy were you with the way you played?
Yeah, it was obviously amazing getting a start. I was looking back at when my last start was, especially for the Phoenix. It's been over a year, so it was an amazing feeling to get the start and to be able to get a win with the team and have such a good performance. I think it just topped it all off.
Tell us about your instructions when you're starting from minute one compared to when you're coming off the bench and looking, I guess, to make an impact during a game.
Yeah, Chiefy, to be honest, just lets me play with freedom. Doesn't tell me too much, but I know that I have to play slightly different when coming off the bench to starting, because I bring a lot of energy coming off the bench, but I can't bring that for the whole 90 minutes. So I tried to be a bit more relaxed going into it, but I was definitely a bit unfit going into that game. So I started off very well, and then I felt like maybe after a couple more games I'll be able to build up that fitness, but it was an enjoyable game.
Did you still feel like as the second half wore on that you were starting to blow a bit?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if everyone saw it, but I was definitely blowing, but I think that's expected when I haven't played in a long time. But I think with more games under my belt, I'll be able to build up that fitness.
Your part in the first goal, you get it in your own half, you beat a guy, you find Costa, you take off, you get the ball, you cross it to BK to score. Must be immensely satisfying to be involved in a move like that finishes with your side taking the lead, is it?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's been something I've been working on a lot throughout the season. I think I've been able to play quite good games, but trying to get that end product like assists and goals have been a big work on for me. So I think with me being able to play with a bit more creativity and freedom allowed me to beat that player, and then in the past I probably wouldn't have made that run to go in behind. So it's definitely been stuff I've been working on, and thankfully it paid off in that time.
It looks, I'm not sure if these are the right adjectives, but it looks simple and effective. Are those sort of things that you're looking to bring to your game?
Yeah, for sure. That's always been what I've been focusing on. Obviously it's nice to be like a showboat and a player like that, but I think what's best for me is when I'm effective, the most simple skills and the easiest pass is often when I play the best. So I think that's what I showed in the game, and hopefully I can bring that on into the next games.
How's the feeling in the squad? I mean, team's top of the table, heading towards Christmas time, probably against a lot of people's expectations, mainly on the other side of the Tasman. How was the feeling in the playing group with the way you're going? Yeah,
it was amazing. Obviously coming off a 3-0 loss the week before, there was a bit of pressure because, like Sut said before, there could be a problem that we'd drop form, but it was an amazing result and a big result for us, and I think it's given us the confidence that we're back on the top of the table, that we'll be able to keep it now.
And I asked Sam the same thing about the Olympics next year. You're obviously eligible for that as well, being under 23. Is that something that you're thinking about?
Yeah, for sure. In the back of my mind, that's what I'm pushing for. I think, like he said though as well, I need to focus on what I'm doing here right now, just getting as much game time as I can and hopefully get a run of starts, and then that will just put me in the best opportunity to be on the plane later on.
And write a reply for your flatmate? How do you reckon he's going?
He's doing well as well. I'm not going to give him too many compliments now.
A few questions from Andrew Vorman and stuff as well. How has it been like easing your way back into it from your injury issues, obviously? Yeah,
it's obviously been tough because I've come back and been off the bench for a little bit, so I've wanted to just start straight away because it's been so long not playing. But the staff have just done amazing with me, just slowly building up the minutes, and then I think it was the perfect time for me out of start, and everything's pulled up well, so it gives me the confidence I'll be able to play a lot more minutes now.
How bad did your injury get, I suppose, at its worst point for you?
To be honest, we joke about it. There's a thing that we do call like a pelvic tilt, just basically bring my pelvis forward on the ground, something anyone can do, even my grandparents. And that was way too sore for me. That was bringing sharp pain. So basically any daily activities I couldn't do. So it did get to a pretty bad spot, but it's all good now.
What's been, you think, the key to overcoming it?
I think obviously Corey's been amazing. He's worked with me during the off season, but I think I just needed a lot of rest, time to recover, and then during that time just building up all the elements around it, my groins and hips and glutes, so that's strong, so it doesn't fall back onto the pubis, basically.
Yeah, Andrew's noticed that you look stronger. Has that been part of it?
Yeah, for sure. I think what I thought about was, while being away, that I was able to build up my strength and my fitness and definitely my speed, so that those have definitely been things I was able to work on when I was injured towards the back end. So although I wasn't able to improve my football side of it, I was able to improve physically, and I think that's paid off as well.
And an improved posture. Have you noticed that in any way?
Yeah, well, when I was working on my running with Corey, that was a big thing that I was wanting to work on. So I think if people are able to see that, that must mean it's working.
And I suppose Ponting's already touched on it, but how big is the Olympics for you at the back of your mind?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, I got to experience the Olympics a couple of years ago now, but that was an amazing feeling. But hopefully now in Paris it just seems amazing, and if I can get game time as well, because I didn't get game time in the last one, that would just be amazing too.